On the eve of what will be a historic day for Wisconsin, Governor Walker sets his presidential tone. The $73 billion spending plan he signed keeps property taxes basically flat, and there are no sales or income tax increases. Public schools will only see a slight funding increase in the second year of this budget and cannot increase spending of their own. The number of private school vouchers increases based on income and special needs. And while UW tuition stays frozen, the system receives a $250 million cut, a budget the night team's Leah Linscheid tells us has some calling it a presidential preview.
A few dozen people packed into WeldWorks USA here in Waukesha for the big event of the day, the budget signing. But the elephant in the room, so to speak, was Monday's upcoming decision.
And with the signing of paper, Governor Scott Walker passed Wisconsin's budget, a $73 billion plan, including education funding, UW system cuts, and some tax breaks.
For the fifth and sixth year in a row, property taxes on a typical home will go down in the state of Wisconsin. Where else in the country is that happening?
That's the closest Walker got to even hinting at a presidential run Sunday. But plenty of others were willing to speak for him.
I think that people around the country are looking for somebody who's had executive experience, who's gotten things done, and who's done it in a state that is always a challenge.
Republican senators say this budget sets the governor up for success in his presidential campaign.
Governor Walker is throwing the citizens of Wisconsin, their hopes, their dreams, their future under his campaign bus.
But not everyone agrees. Assembly Democrats called the budget deeply damaging, just a, quote, campaign document for the governor.
If ever in this country we needed somebody that could bring us together as a nation, he's exactly the wrong person.
Governor Walker will be back here in Waukesha Monday afternoon to announce his run for the White House. He's set to become the 15th Republican candidate to do so. In Waukesha, I'm Leah Linscheid for WISC News 3.
And in total, Governor Walker vetoed 104 budget items. In part, the final results now include making food share recipients who fail new mandatory drug tests use their own insurance instead of the state paying for treatment. The Legislative Audit Bureau, not an independent agency, will now audit the UW system, and payday lenders will not get a massive expansion that would have allowed them to sell more products. Well, as you heard from Leah, state Democrats blasting this budget, saying the way Republicans put it together left out any public opinion.
Equally as disturbing as this bad policy contained in the budget is the secretive process in which Republicans used to put it together. 67 policy items were added to the budget at the last possible minute, shutting the public out of the process completely.
The parents of our state and local communities should have the right to participate in decisions that affect our kids and our future. Instead of threats and takeovers, we should be focused on making sure our kids and schools have the resources they need to succeed and educate the future leaders of tomorrow.
With the state budget in place, the governor's focus now turns to his White House bid. The governor will formally announce his candidacy tomorrow afternoon at the Waukesha County Expo Center, joining an already very crowded field. The Walker family already out in front of the cameras ahead of the announcement. CNN talking with Walker's sons today. 21-year-old Matt and 19-year-old Alex say they do not always agree with their dad. Both sons say they support same-sex marriage, and after the governor called last month's Supreme Court decision legalizing it, quote, a grave mistake, they talked to him.
Yeah, we talked to him. Like any family, we had disagreements. He just explained his position, and that was it.
Matt and I aren't necessarily changing his stances on any issues.
But Matt and Alex Walker say even though they may disagree, they always respect their dad's opinions. From Waukesha to Iowa, News 3 will have extensive live team coverage of tomorrow's announcement scheduled for 4 p.m. Eric Franke and Jessica Arp will be in Waukesha. Leah Linscheid at Walker's Iowa headquarters, plus expert analysis in a special hour-long edition of Live at 5 right here on WISC News 3 and Channel3000.com.